You know what, it's super tricky picking a new head torch or headlamp. Are you more concerned about the lumens? You want lots of light? Is weight more of a concern? Or maybe you need a big battery that's going to light up the trails all night long. Well, this could change because SILVA Sweden have a cool concept. One light with multiple different battery options. And what's it called? It's called SILVA Trail Runner 3.2. One headlamp with 3 different power options. So there is the headlamp there. Option 1 is the Trail Runner 3.2, 3 times AAA batteries, and you'll be looking at a maximum 450 lumens when using that. Next is the 3.2 hybrid, which comes with this 4.6 watt hour rechargeable battery, and you'll be looking at a maximum of 500 lumens there. That battery sits in this little cradle, this little case at the back, and also you can pop the 3 times AAA batteries in there too, which is nifty. Then moving on up to the Free Ultra 2, which comes with this 14.8 watt hour rechargeable battery. The Ultra battery does give you 550 lumens, which is awesome. Yeah, an extra 10% on top of the hybrid's amount of lumens. And yeah, once you turn it off and you turn it back on again, you will be presented with a series of lights which gives you an indication of how much life is left in your battery. I did do a Trail Runner 3.2 hybrid unboxing video earlier, so if you want to see what's actually in the box, yeah, click on the link above, or I will pop the link in the description below. Let's get into it. Trail Runner 3.2, which is the 3 AAA batteries, is going to set you back $69.99. Like I mentioned, I don't think it ships with those AAA batteries. Then the hybrid version is going to set you back $89.99, and the Ultra version is going to set you back $109.99 over at SILVA. But yeah, you awesome patrons, and thanks SILVA for sharing a super generous discount code. You get a whopping 20% off over at silvasweden.uk. So check out Patreon and then check out SILVA if you like what you see. How much do they weigh? Trail Runner 3.2 comes in at 139 grams. The Trail Runner 3.2 hybrid comes in at 130 grams, and the 3.2 Ultra comes in at 174 grams. I've weighed them with this super long cable, and the cable weighs in at 12 grams. So yeah, if you prefer not to use the cable, that's fine. Just minus 12 grams from those actual figures. I do prefer having the battery pack on the rear. I really don't like the headlamp and the battery pack all as one unit. I just find sometimes it gets a bit front heavy and a bit bouncy there. So I really do like this battery pack at the rear design. Also, I really like this super long cable. That makes it really flexible. You know, this cable lets you pop it in a pocket or actually in your backpack, and that just takes more weight away from your head. It's comfortable too. Like I say, I don't need to over tighten it, and I don't find it's bouncing around when I'm running. So yeah, big thumbs up. There's a decent amount of padding behind the headlamp there. We've got some squashy foam just to keep the pressure off the forehead. Nice thick elastic strap with some silicone beading on the inside there. That just keeps everything in place. The actual electric cable is integrated into this strap, which really declutters the whole design, and then that does give you this heavy flex with ball branding on the side too. Yeah, I really love the design. Battery life and lumens, my goodness me, they're probably the 2 most important things today. But first off, battery life. For context, I tested these in a cool room in my house. So yeah, not outside running around, but the temperature and the conditions stayed stable. SILVA reckons the Ultra battery is going to pump out 550 lumens for 4.7 to 7 hours, and you'll be looking at 500 lumens for 1.5 to 3 hours for that hybrid battery. My test found that the Ultra battery lasted 5.25 hours at full 550 lumens, and the hybrid battery lasted 2 hours at 500 lumens. Both tests fell within SILVA's claims, so I don't think I have to go out and test AAA batteries at all 3 different light settings, or for that matter any more than that. I'm pretty happy that SILVA's claims are actually pretty accurate. 450, 500 and 550 lumens are all fantastic and will give you more than enough light to light up the trails. But for pretty much all of my test runs, and even historically when I think back about head torches that I've been using, I will run it around 200 lumens. And with that Ultra battery, my goodness me, you're going to be looking at 10 to 14 hours of light. And I found that enough light to light up the trails. There's no point in having no light and loads of battery life. But yeah, 200 is a good sweet spot for me as far as lumens and battery life. And just bear that in mind, you know, we see 10 to 14 hours. This is more than enough burn time to get you through the night during an Ultra for most of the year in the UK at least. If it's a cold day, we all know that batteries and cold days don't like each other. I would use that long cable and just move that battery off your head, out of that cold air, into a pocket or maybe in your backpack, and that should just give you a bit more burn time, a bit more battery life. One thing I would note, it's worth seeing on your hybrid or the AAA battery, on the plastic case there where you house the battery, you have the option to have a solid or a flashing red light or no light at all. Well, if you use the Ultra battery, you do not have that option, which is a bit of a shame. Moving on to waterproofing. Yeah, IPX5, I wish it was higher, but it isn't. And to be honest, yeah, IPX5 is fine for most situations. We've had loads of snow, we've had loads of rain, we are in deep winter in the UK, and so far no problems. The battery case there to the rear, it is plasticky, and yeah, it does feel plasticky, but it is nice and secure and feels solid. And when you slam it shut, it's definitely got a definite click shut. There's a rubber seal in there too, just to help keep water out. The Ultra battery, yeah, that is self-contained. It's not hidden behind any case apart from this fabric sock. It does have a USB-C port which is exposed, which is a bit of a surprise because on my SILVA Cross Trailhead torch there's a little rubber door that plugs into that USB port. So yeah, I was a bit surprised to see that was exposed, but like you can see there, it is hidden behind this sock, so it won't get any direct water. Light test, yeah, probably the most important thing that you want to see from this upload, and I would say give this footage some grace, because the actual light I see on the trails when actually using the head torch is much better than the footage that you're gonna see now, if that makes any sense. 50 lumens, yeah, it seems crazy. You know, you get head torches these days with thousands and thousands of lumens, but got to start somewhere, and 50 lumens it is. Fine if you're walking your dog or you're running around the streets, and that's a good point actually. It's not always about you lighting up the paths and the trails for you to see. Sometimes it's just about you being seen. So 50 lumens does have its place, and also you don't want 500 plus lumens dazzling a car driver or a cyclist or other people that you're sharing the footpath with. So yeah, 50 lumens has its place, but when you've got a head torch with 200 or 550 lumens, then you're probably not going to use 50 lumens too much. Moving on up to 200 lumens, yeah, this is my go-to setting. It's more than enough light for me on my local trails, but yeah, if I feel like I need a bit more oomph, I want that 500 or 550 lumens, then that is just one press away. Yeah, like I said, my go-to setting, I will use that 90% of the time. 500 lumens, 550 lumens, loads of light, and I can pretty much run like it's daylight with this setting. I don't need to break my stride at all. And yeah, like I said, 550 lumens is the last one. Again, another step up, not massive, but 10%. Yeah, it's just nice to have that extra 10%. There's lots of ways to light up the trails. You can have a spotlight, you can have a floodlight, or even a combination of two, and I think that is what SILVA do with this head torch. They have a thing called intelligent light, and it combines that long reach spotlight with a close floodlight, and it's great. It works really well, but it is the only option you get, and personally I'm totally fine with one light. I do like to keep things super simple, especially when I'm tired in the middle of the night. But if you want something with a bit more flexibility, maybe a few more options as far as lighting is concerned, then maybe use something like the SILVA 2000. Lots more lumens, and yeah, like I say, a few more lighting options. Yeah, to reflect on those results, if I'm out all night, then yeah, and I would use that Ultra battery. I really like that extra power that you get, and I would use the 200 lumens, but I would occasionally lean on that 550. A good range of motion there, so you can customize where the light hits the ground. Heat sinks on the back too, just to help cool everything down. Flip it around to the rear and you can have a solid red light or a flashing red light. And like I said earlier, you do not get that option with the Ultra battery. I love the interface, super simple. Just press to scroll through the different brightnesses, then you have that little flash there just so you know you're on the maximum setting. Long press 2, and there you see you've got the green light just to say, oh, your battery's in pretty good condition. One thing I would like to see is a universal connector for the whole SILVA range, or at least most of it. I can't use this free Ultra battery on my cross trail head torch, or vice versa. You know, I know nothing about amps and I know nothing about watt hours too, so there could be a very simple and valid reason for this, but if not, then yeah, I'd like to see universal connectors throughout the whole of the SILVA range. Apart from that, yeah, another solid head torch from SILVA. Big thumbs up, with a decent level of lumens and a battery setup that makes it a perfect choice for a race that would take you through the night, especially if the kit list requires you to carry a spare battery and maybe even that red flashing light. Also, if you just want a lightweight headlamp for your like local trail runs or your commute to work, then this is fine. It's got that flexibility with that hybrid battery and the AAA batteries too. And what's your current head torch? Yeah, let me know in the comments below. Super curious. I say loads of different types of head torches out on the trails or races, so yeah, really super curious. Pop your comments below. Finally, I need to get this out of the way. SILVA did send me this to unbox and test. Thanks SILVA, thanks so much for supporting the channel, but they're not paying me, and more importantly, they've not checked this video before I upload it to YouTube. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe. It's 100% free to subscribe, and it really does help this channel. Give it a share, tell your mates, and check out the UK's #1 trail running podcast, Tea and Trails. Each week, Eddie Sutton and I upload weekly running content. Yeah, it's called Tea and Trails, but I've entered Manchester Marathon, so it's not 100% trail running. We do share our training, so yeah, if you're basically into running, it's super interesting. I will say it one last time, please check out Patreon. It saves you money, it supports the channel, it supports our partners too. It really is the best way to support this podcast, this YouTube channel. It's a win-win situation. I'll put all the links in the description below. One last thing before you go, you know, it's been a game changer for me, so if you would like to try Precision Fuel and Hydration, and use the code T24 to receive 15% off your first order. That is T24. Okay, I'm done. Thanks so much for watching. Now you take care. See you next time.